Hey, I want to talk about why it is that you're starting to notice that a lot of boys, a lot of men today don't know how to be handy or productive when it comes to putting things together or fixing. Um, One of the things I picked up on, and I noticed this big time, was because when I started to pay more attention to it, I used to think that it was a joke, but I realized now it's not a joke because you see more and more men today that don't know how to do anything. And one of the reasons for that is when you look at them, you look at how they arrange things in school today. You look at just how everything is how it is. And you got to be realistic about it. You don't see boys learning how to be handy from they took out the network of shop class. They took all the things out today that shows you how to build things. Matter of fact, look, I'm just putting something together, but this is something that took about an hour and something. And something small to me, something small to me. To some people, you might be like, wait a minute, that's tough. I don't feel like doing nothing like that. I'll pay somebody. And that's what I'm talking about. That mentality right there. I'll pay somebody. Pay somebody to do what? Because we don't lost the masculinity in a lot of boys today because they don't even know how to act like a boy. And what is a such thing as this? Like when a woman says this is a real man, a woman can't tell you what a real man is. She just knows how you make her feel. And the thing is today is the way you make them feel. You're starting to see a lot of feminine men today. So I guess that's the good feel. But what we're noticing now is a lot of danger is on the rise now. When you see men now out here and they're not going on dates no more, you see the masculinity of men just like they like, yo, I just give up. I don't feel like doing this. You got dudes that never even been outside like that. Like when they go outside, they just going outside to just go get something to eat. And now got Uber Eats and all these delivering services. They tend to go to work and just spend their money up just eating it away. And it's sad because you're not only seeing it a lot, you're also realizing that we in an era now where as though you see too many dudes giving up. And that's a problem. If men start to give up, you're going to see a big problem in society. Reason why is because think about it. When the last time you seen guys really talk about the club scene? They're not, and they're not talking about the club scene for a reason. They're not talking about the club scene because they don't see the benefit. They don't see a real benefit of going to the club. And I think we at a time now where as though so many men done took on so many crazy things in life to the point they realize that they've been used as punching bags. This is the problem though. When they've been looked at as punching bags, and you look at all the things that guys go through today, it's not a thing of right now, oh, men are going to do all this. It's the fact that men have woken up. This is one of the reasons why it is not light for men to actually wake up. And one of the reasons why you don't want men to wake up is because you start to understand that men understand real reality. And that reality is, wait a minute, hold up. I've been taken advantage of. Wait a minute. This is how you feel about me? When men start to actually see these things and start to resonate with, wait a minute, why is this not happening like this? Because I'm gonna be real with you. Men, I'm gonna be honest. When we look at stuff from a perspective of, yo, how can I make this person feel good? How can I do more to not make them feel like I'm being a person that's lazy or I'm not trying to put my all into it. That's not me how men really think. We really think like that. I don't know why. It's just our nature. But what tends to happen now today is men have woken up to the game of life, where we're starting to see a lot of men trumble, fall, all because of productivity. You see the men that actually make it. They actually successful. And when you look at success, you look at stuff like, matter of fact, this apartment right here, all me, not rent, all me. I own this. It's a multiple story apartment. I did it all by myself. But the problem is doing it by myself is you start to look at life different. And a lot of men are starting to think like that. They like, wait a minute, I built this. I decided to dedicate my life and do all these things. And then I brought someone in. It didn't work out. And now they're looking to try to take it from me. So if they're not able to take it from me, man, I have to pay child support out of my ass. Not only that, if you make too much money, you're too successful. Now you're paying alimony. I think men at that, not think, I know for sure, men are now like, what the hell with that? I'm not being played no more. That play game, no more, because this is what's happening. You're starting to see more and more men say, look, I'm not part of this game no more. I don't want to be a part of it, and I won't be a part of it. And they won't. Because when you start to notice that how men move and they operate, you'll notice that men are starting to do a lot of things by themselves. And when you're starting to see a lot of men do things by themselves, what tends to happen is they start to actually be like, yo, I'm starting to like this life more. And that's the truth. They really are. They starting to like it more. Because what happens is once men get to a point, and we're seeing it now, they get to a point where they start to get peace. Then after they result from peace, they start to say, wait a minute, I'm going to start traveling more. Then they start traveling more. The next thing you know, they start experiencing more and more things in life. It gets to a point where as though you don't even look at women to even be in a relationship with. And it's sad because when you see what's going on today, you see how everything is playing a pivotal role. And when you see that pivotal role that's being played, then you start to see why things are out of balance. It's not out of balance just because it's out of balance. It's out of balance because it's set up for one sex to be able to take advantage of the other sex. If you think I'm lying, you see why the courts and everything is implemented around women. So when they're able to utilize that against the stronger creature, we can do a lot of stuff as men. We can dominate, but it's the problem. You get crippled when you have a society against you, and all men don't normally form together. Men are just not, we just don't. I don't know why, we just don't. We're not wired that way. We're wired to get stuff done, get work done. We work to progress. How can I get ahead? And once we see that we have real value, that we feel that we garner real value and what we did and the wealth that we build, which is sad. Our wealth is leaded. It's our wealth is a lot of times behind the success that we garner in life. It's just what it is. But let's be real. You see also a lot of dudes out here that you may never meet. You will never ever meet them. But they will have a very good life and they will be remembered through their family members or their sons or daughters when they're gone. That's why I'm a real component of being active and doing the things that you want to do now. I don't believe that men need to be dying, not doing the things that they want to do out here in life. I believe that as a man, we need to like really think psychologically different how we thought before. I think the old generation thought that way because we was built up in a different era. That era is going. They're going. And if they're still here, they're in their 90s, about to hit 100. Let's be real. They can't do anything. It's nothing they can do. They can't force nothing. They can't maneuver life. They can't do anything. They lived. We at a point now where as though men have to live. We have to stop worrying about what others think, what others feel, what they think we should do. Men have to start to move efficiently because as you're starting to see now, men don't have a perspective of life no more. Men are giving up. I don't like seeing men giving up. And it's not that all men are giving up. Don't be that guy. Don't be the soft puppy that jump in the comments. I'm not, all men don't give up. And he say, all men, stop thinking like a female. Start thinking manly. That's why a lot of times men have to get away from women sometimes. Not get away, like leave them alone, but you got to get away and take a break. And I'm talking about if you're in a relationship and you feel like you need to break up or you know it's bad for you, break up. Get away. Take get that get that peace. Peace is everything. Peace is going to give you the solution to be like, yo, you know what? I was thinking on doing this. You ain't worried about nobody else. You'll notice as success start to come in life, you start to see all the wrong people hitting your phone again. It is what it is. I think it's at this time in life, I think as men, we got to wisen up. And it's time for us to start taking a stand and start being more beneficial to our own livelihood other than others. All right. Peace and be safe and like and subscribe, baby.